How's it going, everyone? It's Andy here. Today I'm going to be going over probably one of the best ship builds for raiding fortresses and clan builds now that a new update released where you can build on island. This is like one of my builds right here. Yeah, this is my base on Claw Island. But today I'm going to be going over my personal ship build for running away from ganks, fighting ships, ship combat, and raiding fortresses. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first I'll be going over my stats. Second, I'll be going over the hull armor and like my sailcloth and the attachments I use for my ship. And last, I'll be going over deckhands and showing you how to min-max them. So first off, this ship build is really good. I have a total of 100 stability, 18,000 durability, 70 turning, 120 speed, 93 resilience, 4,186 ram strength, 1,800 ram defense, and 500 magic storage, which is kind of irrelevant. So first off, for the ship armor, I use a powerful silver framing just to, cap out my stability at 100% stability. And meanwhile, have pretty good amount of defense, 7,300, and also provides me with some ram defense and ram damage, because ramming is really important if you want to get onto other people's ships and like attach yourself to other people's ships. So you can go from behind and just ram them, and then you can jump on their ship and just kill them. And ram defense is also really good also, because they're probably going to be rammed in the back a few times by like players and stuff like that trying to get on your boat. Yeah, I just personally like powerful. Now, I do believe you can use strong and still have 100% stability. Another good option you could use for the hull armor is a archaic hull with either armored or powerful. Armored, I mean, for powerful or strong, personally, I would go if I'm going into Dark Sea. But if you're just doing ship combat, 100% stability isn't really that necessary, so I would recommend just going more defense. Now for my quartermasters, I use Enizor and Edward Kenton, just free stats you can get. You can get Enizor off of the Frostmill quest and Edward Kenton off of the Elm Island quest. And for my weapons, now these are really important. For the cannon, I use Iron Culverins, just because you can snipe walls and like outrange your opponent. But if you're going for a more close-ranged build, I'd recommend going either Dragonfire Cannon Raids, or if you just want speed, I would recommend just going like Arcanium Cannon. But yeah, I put Enhanced on my Culverins just to make the range even better, because these things already shoot an insane range, and I just like increasing the range on this. Now for my mortar, I use an Enhanced Heavy Bronze Mortar. For like sniping, you could go the Brisk Howitzer for like a fast reload, like spam long range, but it really doesn't do that much damage, and it's mainly a sniping. But I personally found the heavy mortar really useful for just destroying ships, because it does like 3,000 damage or something like that, so it does a ton of damage. Now it does have a lot less range, but that's why I put Enhanced on it, just to make it the range a little bit better, because it is 0.8 less range than the Howitzer. But yeah, I really like this because it's just a big AoE mortar with a ton of damage and a ton of spread, and not that terrible of reload time. I have a Cannoneer deckhand, which I'll be going over later to help with that. But yeah, Enhanced Heavy Mortar or Brisk Howitzer is good to use. Now for my offhand, my shark killing attachments, just use whatever you want, honestly. But personally, yeah, just use whatever you want. These really don't matter. Probably use something with your magic, because I'm a warlock. I can use these swivel guns, which scale off magic. But yeah, these ones aren't really needed, just per se. But yeah, you can have these if you want. Next, for my ship armor, I use an archaic warship sailcloth. Now, you may be asking, it gives a lot less defense. It gives about 4,000, makes you lose out a ton. But personally, 18,000 defense isn't really that terrible in my opinion. It's really tanky still. Most speed ship builds have 18,000 durability and slightly more speed than this. But yeah, you can get a ton of speed. 36 extra speed and 10 turning. So for my previous ship build, I had like 50 turning, and whenever I get into like a ship gank, it would be like really painful, because I would be stuck turning, and then I just get like mortared to death. Well, I was like couldn't get out of their range because I was like stuck against something. But yeah, having an archaic warship sailcloth really helps with this. You can either do this or a willow sailcloth, but this gives more stats overall. I don't know if I have a willow sailcloth on me, but yeah. Now you could go a warship hull and then have a brisk archaic sailcloth, and then just do more turning deckhands, which I'll be going over later. But personally, I just like having a ton of speed. Like, even for this amount of defense, you still get an insane amount of speed in turning. 120 speed is actually really nice. You can outsail like a majority of boats. Yeah, for my crew, I use sailors just for the extra 10 resilience. You could use Ravenna deserters or Redwake warriors if you don't have enough stability. If you're using a different armor, Redwake warriors maybe. Ravenna is just kind of worse in my opinion to the sailors because you get just more resilience, and 200 defense isn't really that much. So yeah, use the sailors. Lastly, for my ram, I use an armored ram just to give me a 1,800 defense and 2,000 ram damage. Gives me some ram defense also, which is really nice. I get a lot of defense and ram defense. Next, for my deckhands, I have 3 speed deckhands and 1 turning deckhand. I swapped out my resilience legendary cook, which was actually horrid, for a turning enchanter, which is really good. The professions you probably want, a must need, is to get a navigator, which makes it so your ship just goes turbo mode and just like goes extremely fast and basically just gets you unstuck at a whirlpools, which is just really nice to have. Now, you may notice I have all frayed lead lines on all of my deckhands except Golden Bolt on this one, but you need to have a lot of frayed lead lines though, because these things are really good. They help with Dark Sea a ton. Anyways, back to the professions. You want to get a navigator and also a cannoneer if you're doing ship combat. Another must need is a shipbuilder, because you basically just repair your ship like passively, which is really good with shipbuilder. Lastly, for my legendary deckhand, which is an enchanter, this one's pretty good because it's also, it heals your crew a little bit. I don't know, your crew probably rarely gets damaged, but it's just nice to have. And then you get a lot of damage resistance, so if you're about to get hit, you can just pop it quickly and take a lot less damage, which is really nice. Anyways, guys, now I'll be showing you guys how to obtain the items if you didn't know already. First off, for the silver framing, you want to go ahead and open any Nimbus shield chest in the Nimbus Sea, and you have a small chance of getting the iron cloverins along with the silver framing. For the heavy mortar, the bronze heavy mortars, I believe you can also get these from Bronze Sea and Nimbus Sea chests, so yeah. And Dark Sea too. You probably can get these from any sealed chest. For the Archaic Sail and the Armored Hammerhead Ram, you can only get these from the Dark Sea, so the best way to probably grind them in the Dark Sea is either grinding Sirens or hunting down Atlantean ships in like the first Insanity level. For the 4 deckhands, you're going to want to go look around at major cities for speed and 1 turning deckhand. And to level these up from rookie to legendary, you're going to need a lot of random stuff like notebooks and seawater bottles and a lot of other stuff like clear stones also. You can just trade for those, but mainly you're going to want to collect a lot of rare gems to level up these deckhands. Now you can only use rare gems, so don't get any exotic, but yeah, you're going to need like at least 50 rare gems in total and a lot of galleons also. So yeah, these guys are pretty expensive to level up, but they are pretty worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's been a century since I posted last time. But yeah, I'm actually going to try to like post more AO now since the new update's out and I actually have a motivation to play. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys.